Well, hi everybody. Storm Chaser Eli Roberts. I'm alive. Now, I've been working quite a lot, and anytime we get thunderstorms, I'm always at work. So I have a free evening, and there's some storms around. There's actually I'm heading south toward the Watsontown area, as some storms were moving into that region and actually looked pretty good. They might just be trying to get their act together again, but they've kind of dissipated now, and there's a larger, or at least a more intense storm moving into northern Sullivan County. No watches, no warnings, no advisories in place for those. For either of these storms, but this is the first opportunity I've had in a little while to get out and actually chase. So
PSP is correcting the overlook corner of your status.
So we're gonna get out. We're gonna take a look. I appreciate you watching. I know there are some big time storms ongoing down near Paducah. St. Louis earlier got hit by a tornado, and right now we're looking not a bad sunset. More clouds in the background than anything, but again, we're going to go south real quick. We're just going to see if we can't get into the storms. You can kind of see the northern end of what we're going for there in the distance. So we're going to take a look. We're going to see what we can find. Hang with me. And I appreciate you watching. I don't suspect or expect any of these to become severe. Our storms this morning were more intense.
Medical alarm, FedEx warehouse. Thank you.
So we're gonna go on the road and check it out. There will be one spot, and I apologize. Cell service, for whatever reason, is an issue in this whole area of north central PA. If I start to kind of freeze or loop or anything like that, just give it a second, let it go, and I'll be back on as soon as possible. Here in just a minute or two, we'll be going from Lycoming County down into Northumberland, and going through this pass up here. Generally we lose cell signal for whatever reason. That you can see the big cell tower there on the right. That should give 100% service through this entire area, but I have suspicions that some of these cell towers that, I don't know, we've got a dozen or 2 dozen cell towers all around this area, that some of them are fake or doing other things other than cell phone antenna things. But that is an entirely different conversation. Again, I don't expect anything to be severe, at least right now. These storms are pretty weak. They're not the strongest things in the world, so we're just going out to have a little bit of fun and check things out. I've got some friends out in Missouri and Indiana right now chasing some storms. Storm Chaser Justin Selig, Storm Chaser Corey Tuber. Waiting for vehicles to pass here. This is about where things are going to get a little shaky with service, so hang on. Don't go anywhere. I don't know why. I don't know why, because I can see 2 cell towers from right here. But this is about where it starts to get a little fuzzy, so. Again, hang on, probably lagging or cutting in and out. It's kind of a normal spot for us to have a little bit of trouble. Hopefully it's not cutting in and out too bad for you. Herbal gifts. That store. That's just what it said on the side of that truck. I see a couple of people are watching. Thank you. Alright, we should be in the clear as far as service goes. And Williamsport Airport there in Montoursville says it's 75 degrees with 68% humidity or 68 degree dew point. It's soupy, it's a little moist feeling in the end. Here soon we will turn around and get a good view of this thing coming in. I think we'll do it here. Again, nothing severe. We are not under any watches at the moment. Those have all pretty much been dropped. So we don't have any severe thunderstorm watches. We don't have any warnings, although the storm that's getting ready to come in to the Turbotville, Watsontown areas and into Montgomery, that storm is directly ahead of us. And you're going to get a decent view of it here in right now. There could be some small hail. However, I think it's probably just going to be rain and areas of heavy rain. From north of Watsontown in this area, all the way up through Montgomery, and eventually get into Muncie. I'm hoping that Anybody who is watching, they can see this okay, they can hear this okay. And yeah, going back, Lisa, hello, how are you? Thank you for jumping on. Trying to get into a good spot. Obviously, these are the rolling hills of north central Pennsylvania. And it's some good storm chasing land, I will say. It is somewhat tough. All right, so see and hear well. Excellent. That's what I wanted. All right, so we got, you can see a couple of things here. Storm's base is going to be here a little bit to our left, coming over the mountains of the northern Susquehanna Valley. We'll peer off toward the east and north. In the far distance is Bald Eagle Mountain. And even past that will be Williamsport, Montoursville, all that on the other side. Here in front of us, we've got some rain shafts. You can see those curtains hanging down, especially there, right in the center. That's where we're going to be looking for any kind of lightning all through this area. As we watch this area and see what happens. This is going to be, you know, where any kind of hail, again, lightning, if we get any kind of lightning coming down, this will be right about where we're going to see it. I'm getting my camera around. I don't like to do any of that kind of stuff, getting cameras set and all that while I'm driving, because obviously that takes eyes and attention away from the road, and I don't like that. So give me a second. I'm going to get everything kind of put together. It does look pretty good on radar, though. That's the good thing. A lot of bugs. How's everybody doing today? I would love to be live a lot more and do this, you know, more professionally, but there just is no way financially to be able to do that and cover bills. At least not yet.
Ambulance 18. Yes, sir. We are available. Available. 1925. County Ambulance 13, McEwen arriving. 13 arriving, 1925.
All right. What is going on in chat? Lisa is the only one in chat. I'm not surprised. There are so many other storms, big storms going on right now that there's not that much going on here. Radar is showing a couple of storms in eastern Lycoming County, north of Picture Rocks, up there, up along 864, just west of Huntersville. There's a small little cell dumping some heavier rain. And then from Hillsgrove up to Forksville in Sullivan County, another cell is dumping some rain up there. But I am not heading up there because you will never, ever, ever be able to see me because there's no cell reception up there. Change some settings here quick. All right. Do you want me to share in the weather in your backyard page? Sure. That'd be great. This is all stuff right now in our backyards. And really, I wanted to make that page for everybody to share photos, to share, you know, what's going on in your backyard. It can be your front yard or even your side yard. But yeah, go ahead and share that. I appreciate that. There's some decent thunder. So the storm is actually coming together pretty good, and you can see in the air. You can see the heavier precipitation to the left. And I mean, it's not really showing any lightning. Let's see here. It's a decent little cell, though, here just to our northwest. I got some fogging on my windshield. It's driving me nuts. Little card. It sounds like a Matchbox car. I'm hoping some of this will pop some lightning here quick for us. Really like to see some decent lightning, but again, these are not severe thunderstorms. The shape of this storm, however, is pretty impressive. How do I not have that? starting to dump a little bit more precip. We are more than likely going to head back north here on 180 and try to get in front of it. All right, we are going to do that. Let's go ahead and head back to 180, folks. So hang tight with me. The storm is kind of getting its act together a little bit here. Center that so you don't feel like you're getting sick. Well, thank you again, everybody. Really, really do appreciate it. Still trying to figure out layouts. I guess I can spill the beans about the vehicle I got. I have not been able. Again, I've been working so much. I haven't been able to put a video together of my new vehicle, although I don't have it set up the way I want to yet. I'm still trying to save a little bit of cash, which is almost impossible to do these days. But I need to get a roof rack, or at least crossbars, for my new vehicle. It's a 2017 Jeep Compass, and it is, you know, going to get me places that my previous vehicle will not. So I'm super excited. It's a 4-door, 4-wheel drive Jeep SUV. It's not a huge SUV, which is wonderful. It's big enough that I can lay the seats and put an air mattress in the back. I've already tested that. And I can sleep in the back. So when I go on long chases, I don't have to worry about sleeping in just the seat, the driver's seat, and I can do a lot of good stuff with it. So I'm excited. Gas will be a much better thing for this vehicle, and the cost of gas as well. All right, so we got a report of half-inch hail in Montgomery. That was reported 2 minutes ago in downtown Montgomery, PA, in southern Lycoming County. So those of you in Muncie, be on the lookout. We're headed north. We're going to intercept this storm right in the Muncie area. So here very shortly, well, it's happening now. We're getting raindrops on the windshield, so we're going to be intercepting this storm very, very quickly, and might even get. Hang on. We're going to go through a little dead zone, little buffer zone, and we'll come out into eastern Lycoming County in the town of Muncie. So hang tight. If you're watching, put where you're watching from and hit that like button. And if you do like the video, maybe you can subscribe. Did I say inscribe? I mean subscribe. I've worked all day. All right, there's some good rain up ahead. don't forget, you can get on Facebook. You can find my page, Storm Chaser Eli Roberts. And if you go to the groups section on Facebook, you can actually search for weather in your backyard. There you can post photos, you can post videos. Just remember them. That way we know, hey, here's where we got hail, here's where we got winds. All right, checking radar. We definitely have a heavier section in the storm coming over, so we will likely be seeing some small hail. And don't do this, folks. Do not sit under overpasses. It's just ridiculous. Don't do it. Half-inch hail is not necessarily going to damage a vehicle. Now, that little lowering looks a little interesting. We're going to go try to stay on that. Right directly here in front of us. Not going to see it. We've got a little bit of a lowering here in front of us. Not moving, it looks more like scud, which today definitely has a lot of scud. Very, very moist atmosphere. Been saying it all day ever since early this morning. It's just a very, very rich, moist atmosphere. And here we are in the town of Muncie, PA. Really historic town that, you know, it's a small town off the highway. Really has some beautiful houses. And again, the history right on the Susquehanna River. I have several videos pertaining to Muncie and the Susquehanna River. You can check those out. Once this stream is done, you can go over to the YouTube page and you can see all the videos posted there. Drone videos and videos from the ground. No shelf cloud. Just a big old mass of clouds here. Just going to try to jaunt a little east so we can get ahead of this just a little bit. Hughesville, you're getting some heavier rain. Clarkstown, you're just about to get into some of the heavier rain. Been a while since I've driven on Clarkstown Road. Again, folks, we're under a strong thunderstorm here in eastern Lycoming County, northern Montour County. But almost all in Lycoming County at this point. Not a severe storm, but it is showing some hail signature on radar. And we're just trying to get ahead of this thing just a little bit so we can get a up-close view of the storm. And it is a storm because we are getting thunder. Checking all across the area, there are some more storms out in western and northwestern PA. A severe thunderstorm warning on a storm going up into what I believe is Warren County, just east of Edinburgh. Back here closer to home, we've got it's a thunderstorm. It's put down reported half-inch hail in the town of Montgomery. All right, so we're gonna post up in one of the safer spots I can think of between two churches. Messiah Lutheran Church, and I believe Clarkstown. Oh my goodness, I cannot think today. The Methodist Church, I believe. All right, nothing behind us. We're going to back up. I love having a backup camera. Who else has a backup camera that they can't live without now? There. Now, how about that for a view? Now we just need some lightning in this. This is the front edge of this storm coming through Muncie. We are in Clarkstown now, with the sun shining through, which means we should be getting a rainbow here very, very soon. But we're still under the this thunderstorm as it's kind of dying here in the evening light. And rainbow check. Not just yet, but it should be very soon. All right, now that I'm parked, I'm checking chat. Randy, how are you? We are in Clarkstown, Pennsylvania. A bright sun now coming out to the west of this storm. Because This thing is now pretty much on top of us. With that kind of sun, we should get one heck of a good rainbow here momentarily. So, let's turn around. No, I'm in a parking lot, so I don't have my seatbelt on. Should have a rainbow here momentarily, folks. It is directly behind me, so this left-hand side should be turning on any second. And I believe this is where it's going to be the strongest. That's impressive that there's no rainbow yet. This thing is dumping rain, and the sun is just blasting everything. I mean, if anything, I'd like to get a rainbow on the live stream for everybody. Well, can I get a video check just to make sure everybody can see and hear correctly? I just want to make sure you guys can actually hear me and this isn't buffering crazily. Come on, Rainbow, where are you at? I'm very shocked we do not have a rainbow going just yet. You can see the rain. It's falling pretty good. And the sun is just cool right now. We're going to turn around so you can see what I'm looking at. I mean, this is just kind of cool. Almost got to give a thumbs up just for that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a decent rainbow, especially with the sun shining and the rain falling the way it is. That is cool. I'm going to try to get some of this on video. Hang tight. I can't do it without getting a little bit wet here, so gonna look a little wonky just because of the camera setup on the dash. Oh, it's getting wet. Okay. that's why I have a towel with me. Oh my goodness. One thing I have learned over the years, since I'm no spring chicken. Spring chicken? Can we come up with a different thing to call us? I have a blanket, my goodness, a towel with me because of, you know, electrical things and getting rained on, and wanting to see cool things means getting wet sometimes. All right, let's turn it around again. See if we got another rainbow. Let's turn you around too. Where'd the rainbow go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Can you see it through? All right, so we do have a rainbow. It's a little dull at the moment. Give it a chance to, you know, to come around. Again, a little dull. And nothing on this left side yet. She's in there, just in front of the church. You can kind of see it there. Whoa, zoom in on a raindrop. Oh my goodness. All right, well, it's about what we're going to have until this rain moves off to the east. Can you see it? My goodness, things got warm in here. I had to turn it up because my windshield getting a little foggy. I will say the Lutheran church looks really cool in the sunlight here. I just can't do anything about the focus because it does not want to just stay focused. All right, a little better. Let's get a little bit more, a little bit brighter, shall we? All right, now the rain has really started to subside. We're on the back side of this cell. In fact, let me take you for a walk here. There's a blue sky right directly above us. Come down to that cell, moving away from us. You can see the rainbow starting up here on the left side. It's going to be hard. Good. Well, now the rainbow seems to be mostly gone. Let's take a look over here. You can see a little bit of one. You can see on is my light on? Why is the light on? All right. So here we can see the red dot in the center is where I am. That heavier rain and storm cell has moved off to the east now. Now we're looking at the cell up in Sullivan County. But that's the cell. There's your report of hail back in Montgomery. You can see that half-inch hail reported at 7:32. And we zoom out. There's really nothing on radar until you get into northwestern PA. And you can see severe thunderstorm warning still in effect there. Going up toward Warren eventually. And yeah, that's really the only game in town other than this cell that is now leaving, or it's going into far eastern Lycoming County. Move up here just a tad. And you can kind of see this storm now. Some of the structure on the southern side, going up toward the northern side where it's really kind of cranking and still raining hard. Going up toward Lairdsville and farther out 118 where I lose service every time. So you can see the back end of the tower, this storm still breathing in pretty good. You can see it pulling in air right there and actually going straight up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to get that on camera here. Because that looks kind of cool. Now, if I can do this without breaking something or somebody, that would be ideal. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm gathering video on the cell that's moving away, just to get a little bit of a time-lapse type thing. That cell is pretty much dying off. The one up in Sullivan County looks a little bit more intense, to be honest with you. I didn't expect anything severe up here. I'm glad we didn't get anything severe. Severe would have been damage and, you know, not craziness, but kind of craziness. All right, so we do have a little bit of a rainbow starting up. Detach you from the power. A little bit of a rainbow right here in the center, which is kind of cool. Hopefully you can see that. Getting a little bit brighter there. Birds are out. They're all over the place, getting worms, getting bugs. Well, at least we got some rainbow. Tell you what, while the camera's doing its thing, let's go over here. This has turned out to be a really pretty sunset. I love this reflection on the wet parking lot. How cool. Really pretty with the high clouds behind the cell. Go ahead. They were gonna stop for me as I'm filming. That's such a nice sunset. Look at the sky here. You get to the backside of that thunderstorm that's going away from us, and you can see the tower. That's probably up in Sullivan County, to be honest with you, and then it goes further north. But yeah, we'll pan back to this sunset. This is very nice. And I'm not sure why it disconnected, but it did. All right. Real nice sunset. And looks like some clouds are getting set. And looks like some clouds are getting in the way of that again. The Methodist Church. Take a look at the backside of the cell now that it's really starting to move away. Here's the camera. Here's my vehicle. So yeah, that's the new ride. Other than the power poles, that's pretty good. Here's the Clarkstown United Methodist Church. And then we see our storm moving off to the east and northeast. Yeah, I'm not sure why it was looping or, you know, detached from the live. Hello, camera. What are you seeing? Oh, the same thing. That and that. That and that. That will be posted probably a little bit later on. But yeah, kind of cool storm going away from us. Can you be louder? I'm just kidding. Yeah, if this were nighttime, this would probably be lighting up with lightning right now up in the cloud. But it's still somewhat daytime. All right, folks, there's really not much, I'll be honest with you. There's really not much more that we're going to be able to get out of this. The sun has now been blocked. Here is the Lutheran church here in Clarkstown. And the sun, like I said, is pretty well blocked. So still really pretty. In fact, we'll get back over to the side here and get this reflection in the parking lot. How cool is that? All right, well, I'm going to call it. that storm's gone. There's no point in going to get it because I will have no reception to even stream. But we've got a nice little sunset, and we had a rainbow there for a few minutes. And pretty successful chase. Again, nothing severe. Was not expecting it to be severe, but you take them when you get them, especially when you work as much as most everyone does, and I've been working a lot. So thanks again for coming along. Storm Chaser Eli Roberts live. Got a nice little sunset going on here next to some churches here in the town of Clarkstown, PA. Storm Chaser Eli Roberts live here in eastern Lycoming County. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.